So what really separates a good architect from a great one? It's not just about knowing the latest tech buzzwords. It's about a deep, almost gut-level understanding of the problem itself. We're going to jump into a real-world crisis to see exactly what this looks like in action. And I'll even show you how to frame this kind of expertise for your own career.
Our story starts where so many IT horror stories do, right after a go-live. A critical system, just launched on a shiny new serverless architecture, is completely falling over. You can just feel the pressure mounting, right? The business impact is getting worse by the minute.
Okay, so first things first, you gotta diagnose the problem. The team starts tracing everything, and the data points to two main culprits. Number one, Lambda cold starts were causing these random, unpredictable delays. And number two, the DynamoDB database was getting slammed during peak loads and just started rejecting requests. Not good. So the team scrambles and pushes out a quick fix. They keep the Lambdas constantly warm and crank the database up to on-demand capacity. And hey, it works. Performance is stable. But this quick fix had a really nasty hidden cost. Their cloud bill went through the roof. They'd basically swapped a performance fire for a budget bonfire.
And this is where the mindset of a true architect really shines. It's not just about putting out the fire. It's about stepping back and asking, are we even in the right building to begin with?
And this whole experience led to a fundamental realization. The goal isn't to use the latest, trendiest tech, the fashion. It's to pick the technology that perfectly fits the job you need to do. I mean, serverless is an amazing tool for sure, but it is not a silver bullet for every single problem out there.
You know, that kind of wisdom doesn't come from a textbook. It's earned through experience. Just look at a career path like this. When you've been a developer, a DBA, and a cloud engineer, you can see a problem from all sides. You can speak everyone's language. And that is the secret sauce to finding that perfect fit. All right, so let's put this mindset to the test with a classic architectural showdown, serverless versus containers. With serverless, think of it like renting a fully serviced apartment. The landlord handles all the maintenance, the plumbing, everything. You just show up and you only pay for the time you're actually there. Containers, on the other hand, are like owning a house. You have total control, you can paint the walls any color you want, but you're also responsible for fixing the roof when it leaks. And you're paying that mortgage whether you're home or not.
So this is where the rubber really meets the road. Serverless is your absolute hero for unpredictable, spiky traffic. But containers? They're your reliable workhorse for those steady, predictable loads. And you can't forget the human cost. Serverless is pretty close to set it and forget it, while containers need a dedicated crew to keep things running smoothly.
Okay, all this talk about fit is great, but let's get down to it. We all want to know which one is actually cheaper. Let's look at the actual numbers. For a workload that gets, say, 3 million requests a month, but it's super bursty and unpredictable, a serverless setup costs about $8 a month. Yeah, 8. A container solution that could handle those same peaks would run you about $160 a month. That's a 20 times difference. All because with containers, you're paying for capacity you aren't always using.
But now, let's flip the script. What if you have a massive, predictable workload? We're talking 90 million requests a month. Well, in that case, the serverless cost is around $206. But with containers, because you can pack those virtual machines with work and keep them busy all the time, the cost is actually lower, about $173.
And there it is. There's no single better option. The only right answer is the one that fits your specific problem, your specific workload.
So knowing all this stuff is one thing, but proving you know it, especially in a high-stakes interview, that's a whole different ballgame. Let's talk about how you do that.
So let's go back to our crisis. The ultimate solution wasn't to throw everything into serverless or containers. No, it was a smart hybrid approach. The services doing the heavy lifting moved to containers to save money, and a specialized search service was brought in to handle the complex queries. That's what a fit solution looks like in the real world.
And you prove this expertise by turning your experience into a really clear story. The best way to do this is using the STAR method: situation, task, action, and result. It's just a simple, powerful structure to tell your story effectively.
Look how perfectly our story from the beginning fits into this framework. Situation, the system was failing. Task, fix it for the long term. Action, that smart hybrid solution. Result, a stable, cost-effective platform. It takes that chaotic, messy war story and turns it into a powerful case study of your skills.
And hey, don't just have one of these stories ready to go. You should have 8 or 10 in your back pocket. Be ready to go deep on any technical detail you bring up.
But the real magic is in the reflection. What was the hardest part? How did you define success? And here's the killer question: what would you do differently next time?
So what's the big takeaway here? Your real value as an architect isn't just in the systems you build, it's in your stories. The challenges you're wrestling with right now, those are the very stories that are going to build your reputation tomorrow. So let me ask you, what's your next great story going to be?